I'm also here, and I gotta say, he's telling me Frank.
My car's name is Frank. My shitbox is Frank.
So know that, first of all, this is his way of acknowledging that he's here. And he's so funny when I'm connecting with him, because this was a very smart man when I'm speaking with him on the other side. And he shows me that he was like Mr. Fix-It when I'm connecting with him. He shows me that he could do anything when I'm speaking to him. Yes. And by the way, this man loved cars when I'm speaking to him.
Yeah, he was Mr. Fix-It. He would fix cars. That's what he did.
No wonder why, because when I'm connecting with your father, he shows me like all these shit boxes lined up. And I feel like your mother used to get pissed, like, what the hell are we doing with these cars in the driveway? Why are we got all these cars in here? Pick one car, fix one car.
Yes, sir, yeah.
But he goes to me, he goes, Matt, do you know? He goes, this is what I used to like to do. This was my time, he shows me. And he tells me that back when you were younger, you were literally like a little tomboy with your dad. Because he shows me, he goes, Matt, he goes, even though she was my daughter, he goes, I treated her like a son. He goes, she used to get her hands dirty with me. He says, and we used to go out in the woods with one another, because he tells me about being in the woods with you. And he's also talking about the bonfires or the campfires.
We would go camping.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
Those are the times that he's remembering here in this world. Because he's saying to me, Matt, he said, we had such a strong bond with one another. But you know what's so funny? Your dad showed me your dad showed me you going in, like, him going and fixing things, and you going out in the woods with him. But then he also shows me that he had this countryside of him as well when I'm connecting with him. Okay. And he's showing me guns lined up.
I don't know if I would. My boyfriend would, though. My stepdad, I don't think, had guns.
Wait a minute. I keep hearing about the shooting range. You go to the shooting range?
Oh, yeah, okay. No, it was... No, it's not like that. It's not like that. I shot my first BB. I had a BB gun, and I shot the BB gun.
Because your father's showing me this, and he's talking about the shooting range. So no, it's his way of just acknowledging that and talking about the time that you had with one another.
Yes.
He says, Matt, we had such an amazing bond for one reason. He says, and that one reason is that even though, he says, she was my stepdaughter, it was a much stronger connection because I got to choose her as my daughter, he tells me.
He did, yeah.
He says to me, and what's so amazing is that when he met your mom, he tells me that it's like he inherited a whole family, he tells me. And that was something that he was so, so happy about. He actually tells me his dog is there on the other side as well, because he's got his dog there when I'm connecting with him.
Okay.
And he's also got, where was the German Shepherd that also passed?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
That dog is also there. Don't ask if it's a boy or a girl, I didn't look underneath. But that dog is also there when I'm connecting because he's bringing that through.
Okay.
And your father says to me one thing. He says, Matt, he goes, I have to let her know that here in this world, he said, I so enjoyed watching her grow up. I so enjoyed the connection that we had, but one thing made it very special. Your dad tells me that you never forgot about him here in this world. He says that even when I got sick, he says, and even though when there were health problems, he says she stopped everything that she was doing to be there for me, to make sure that she got to say goodbye to me. He says, and for that, I am so happy and so thankful. I'm also here, and I gotta say, he's telling me Frank.
My car's name is Frank. My shitbox is Frank.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're freaking me out right now, and I'm the one who talks to dead people. Your car's name is Frank?
Yeah. There's people in here that know me too, and they can vouch for that.
Who knows her? Can you vouch for that? Her car is Frank?
And it's a shitbox. Sure.
Well, listen, I didn't out you on that one. That's your own situation. Your father's laughing at that. See, I don't know. You gotta understand, I don't know what these messages mean. Your dad was saying, when you were saying you didn't know who that was, he was saying, say Frank, say Frank. So no, it's his way of acknowledging that not only he watches over you, he watches over the car as well.
Please watch over the car, please.
But the funny part is that your dad's telling me, he goes, Matt, she's just like me in so many ways. And he tells me like that when you're fixing the car, when you're working on your car and doing all these things, you think of your dad.
I do.
He says, and Matt, he goes, I want to let her know that those same memories that she has that comes to mind of me and her together and doing things and working on things, he says, those are the same memories that I brought with me to heaven. And I need her to know that. He says, because every day that goes by, he says, I want her to know that she is not alone, that I am there. I am with her and watching over her, and I want to thank her for this beautiful relationship. He says, and this beautiful love that we had with one another. He says, because you gave me something that I didn't know that my heart needed.